All right, so this video came out like a day or two ago talking about the whole situation with Iron Mouse, and um I watched it. It's been everyone's been talking about it. I think it's mostly due in parts of the fact that I remember when Iron Mouse beat Kai Cenat's record on subathon, right? Record on subathon, like the most subs. I think Kai beat the record again. I think he beat the record again. But the point is, at some point, she beat Kai on the most subs, and people did not like that. They're like, bro. I remember when that happened. I would just see Twitter, like on Twitter, just people just hating the fact that Iron Mouse won, and I think I saw, like, me personally, it might just be my feed. I don't know. I just saw more people hating on her than congratulating her. And then eventually I saw Connor's tweet about being like, what the fuck was wrong with you guys? Like, she just won an award. Why you get off your ass? And I'm pretty sure he's making this video to basically talk about the whole situation with like Iron Mouse and like people hating on VTubing as a whole. And don't get me wrong, I agree. People hate on VTuber way too much. VTubers way too much. There's always like this like animosity towards VTubers by like the general populace of the internet for some fucking reason. But I do think there are a couple reasons why that's a thing. But I think I'll talk about it when he brings it up. But I wanted to watch this video to see what he's gonna say, because I feel like this is probably just like, why do people hate VTubers? That's basically what it is. So I'm gonna check this video. Hold on.
A long-winded rant, and if you like that, welcome. Come join the Angry British Man. And if not, don't worry, my normal videos will resume after this one. I just had to talk about this. I feel like online lately, it has been a miserable experience for any of us to be online, and I actively feel that my mental health gets drained slowly using any online platform, especially my personal case, Twitter. I think Twitter allowing people to make money from
I've actually made a Twitter account to just post some of my shorts on there. And Instagram and Twitter, I kind of just use Instagram. I just use to just bro, I won't lie. Twitter's the funniest app alive. I don't care. People hate Twitter because of all the shit that said. I fucking love Twitter. Twitter's so fucking funny, bro. Seeing all the retardation on Twitter, it makes me feel better about myself, knowing that I'm not as retarded as some of the people on Twitter. Even though I'm not the brightest person in the bunch, it makes me feel better when I scroll on Twitter and someone, I just see the dumb shit that's said on there. I'm just like, it is so funny, bro. I love Twitter. Twitter's amazing.
From ads is probably one of the worst changes to any platform in history. Sure, I get $20 here and there for tweeting a funny picture of my giant monkey behind me, but there are those who use it to spread misinformation, lies, just make stuff up, spew absolute vile hatred stuff. It's a pretty horrible experience to use it now, as Twitter seems to feel like it only wants outragement bait or tweets that'll make people angry. And if you're not,
because that's what gets the most engagement. You're more likely to comment on something that pisses you off than you are to see something that you like. And that's just how it is. You're more likely to share and comment on something that you vehemently disagree with over something that you do agree with. And that's the truth. That really is. And that's why majority of the shit you see is just rage bait, engagement bait, and not like people just tweeting out, "I like pancakes." You know what I mean? That's just how the internet is. You are more likely to get engagement you're more likely to get engagement if you say something that's going to piss off people in mass, right? Then that's just how it is.
seeing that, you're seeing somebody get killed. So it's really just a miserable experience overall.
That too. I don't know what I thought it was just me, bro. I don't know what the fuck is up with Twitter and all these people and all these videos of people getting their heads blown up or some shit. Like, I don't know what bro, get that shit off my feed.
And don't get me started on TikTok and Instagram, which are famous for their brutal comments. And I wouldn't really even...
Hot take, I love Instagram's comments. I don't give a fuck. I love Instagram's comments. Instagram's comments is only second to Twitter's comments. Instagram's comments is so fucking funny. I don't care. I love Instagram's comments. They're so fucking funny. I love Instagram's comments.
And use the word brutal, because I think brutal can sometimes mean there's a bit of honesty and fun there, but I would say it's just cruel. Like, just being online right now is cruel. It feels like nobody has any respect for each other. But I don't think I've quite lost as much faith in the internet as I have until now. But look, I'll be honest. This video is about one thing.
When did you ever have faith in the internet?
Weird blanket hatred towards VTubers I've seen a massive hate train against ironmouse, which I don't understand. And I know that you guys aren't the ones doing this. You guys watching this video are very normal and well-adjusted people, and I appreciate
thank you.
But there are a lot of people online that seem to just have fun ruining other people's lives. I don't understand it. Now,
the ones because they don't like their own life. That's the biggest thing. But I can tell you why. Like, there's this blind hatred towards VTubers. Well, it's not really that blind. They just do it. But here's the thing. Here's the thing you need to understand about VTubers and the internet, right? You need to understand that, like, whenever something new that people cannot understand immediately comes out, they demonize what they don't understand, right? It's right. If you look back, this has happened across everything. Music, there was a time, like, if you look at music, there was a time where death metal and heavy metal were looked at as, like, if you listen to death metal, heavy metal, you were gonna be a fucking terrorist, right? If you listen to that kind of music, you're gonna care. Now it's more widely accepted, right? That's more, bro. I listen to fucking metal when I go to the gym, bro. I'd be bumping that fucking that Mick Gordon. You know what I mean? Right. If you look at even anime, right? Anime. You look at the boom of anime. You look at anime, right? Back in like the 2000s, like 03, 04, back when anime had like its second massive push. I think the first massive push is when Dragon Ball came out, which was like the 90s, I think. I don't know. That wasn't my time. I was born in 98, but like I grew up in the 2000s, right? So for me, it was Toonami, right? That was like the second massive wave of anime, right? The big three, you know, Bleach, Naruto, One Piece. And, you know, we all remember back then, like, if you watched anime at that time, you were a fucking loser. Like, you were weird. You didn't, like, because they didn't understand anime. And to his credit, and to be fair, anime has a lot of things about it that, like, you kind of don't want to explain because it's kind of weird. Like, let's keep it real. Anime is kind of hard to defend sometimes. Let's just keep it fucking for real. But but you look at anime now and it's very mainstream. You see anime in Netflix, you see anime in like a lot of streaming services. Sony fucking bought Crunchyroll and is like trying to buy all the anime stations, right? So now being someone who watches anime isn't that weird. It's like people more widely accept it, right? Even let's take a look at video games, right? Video games is the biggest industry in entertainment. It's bigger than movies, music, everything. It's the biggest industry in entertainment. And despite the fact it's the biggest thing in entertainment, even to this day, all these people on mainstream media, on Fox News, all these grown-ups, all these like these boomers will come out and be like, video games are the reason why kids are blowing up schools. Yeah, don't let your kids play Mario Kart, otherwise they'll steal your car and run over a family of 4. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, they don't understand it, so they demonize it. It's the same thing with VTubing, right? VTubing is like, you know, most of the time just people just don't understand it. Yeah, I agree that there are people that just hate to hate, but I think most of it is just people just don't understand it because it is relatively new. VTubing came into the scene, at least in North America, like what, 5 years ago? Between 4 and 6 years ago. That's what I think. They blew up in America. I know it was in Japan a while ago, but in America, I think it was a thing. It like blew up like 4 to 6 years ago. In that time frame, so it's still relatively kind of new, right? And like people don't understand it. They think it's weird. And then they look at a lot of situations, right, where they see like where they hear a grown man and the avatar is like a woman, and it's like, you know, that's kind of off-putting. It's like, why are they doing that? You know, it's things like that like people attribute to VTubing being weird, and then they demonize it. And obviously that's not the case for all of it. Obviously, we as people who are more so on the online and use the internet more, we understand VTubing and why they accept it. But I think VTubing has like another like I think VTubing has like another 3 to 5 years before it's finally started to being widely accepted, and the hate will start to dissipate, right? Because think about how long it took. Think about how long it took before you could say that before people could say that I'm a YouTuber without having to explain it. You know what I mean? Like, think about how long that took. That took like almost a decade for that to happen. So like, it's not like VTubing is like similar situations. So that's basically my thought process on that.
You're probably wondering, why am I bringing all of this up? Well, don't worry, it'll all make sense. Just get along for the ride and listen to the weird British man rant at you. You see, in 2024, ironmouse broke the all-time sub record on Twitch. It was a massive achievement. It was, I'm sure, an amazing and an inspiring moment for all of us, as well as Mouse. Unfortunately, probably what you didn't see was the deluge of vile comments, disturbing threats, and just overall hatred.
I did see
towards
that.
Mouse.
I
And I'd
did
love
see
to
that.
tell you
I was
that
like,
this all
what's
started
going
here,
on?
and it's pretty much gone with
I was like,
now,
why
but
are
sadly,
people
this
hating
is a
on
thing that
Mouse?
has been going on for a very, very long time. And this is not just for Mouse. VTubers in general have had to deal with a lot of shit just for being.
I find it very sickening how VTubers, most especially HoloLive members, get so many fans and white knights. I know this is cliche, but as far as I know, they could be a 300-pound man sitting in his basement. There you go about that thing. I just can't muster the courage to survive more than 10 minutes, or sorry, more than 10 seconds of any VTuber content. Most of the time, they have no personality and play on the over-sexualized avatar. I frequently watch podcasts and commentaries YouTubers, and I prefer quality over some cringy and fake avatar. My best sum up of VTubers are they are corporate manufactured characters to exploit parasocial relationships. This is just my opinion, and I don't actively be toxic or degrade them, but I do hate them with a burning passion. Okay, first off, contradiction. You just said I don't actively be toxic or degrade them, yet you just made a post be toxic and degrading them. Kind of contradictory, but okay. But I'm actually gonna pick this apart because I can understand some of the sentiment, because you have to understand something. As someone who plays gacha games, exploiting the parasocial relationship is something that does happen. Not all the time. I'm not saying every VTuber does this, but there is a reason why a lot of VTubers have models with gigantic boobs that bounce around like there's no gravity. I'm just speaking the truth. There's a reason why that's a thing, right? I'm not saying it's all of them. I'm not even saying it's Mouse, but I'm just saying that is a thing, and that's what causes people to be deterred and look at VTubers in a negative light, right? Obviously they shouldn't do that. Obviously they shouldn't say that in blind hate, but I'm just trying to come at it from all angles. I like to play devil's advocate, right? And speak to the mind of people who do this shit. But that is probably what causes the point of contention for a lot of people when they look at VTubing, because they look at somebody who is basically impersonating another character, and they're like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? And obviously it's not right. Obviously they shouldn't do it. Obviously I think they're fucking idiots as well. I think they're stupid, but I'm just explaining the thought process, right? I'm just explaining the thought process.
Being an anime girl or boy on the internet. So let's go back in time a little bit so that we can better understand the full scope of this mess. Yes, you got me. This is a video about me defending my friend. 100%. I'm not even trying to hide that. But I also just want to bring a tiny bit of attention to the level of normalized hate that is just for some reason acceptable. And hopefully that, maybe this video can make a tiny bit of a change. Because what some of these creators have to...
I mean, to be fair, I don't think it's accepted. I don't think any of the hate that VTubers get is accepted. It's just they don't care. You know what I mean? It's just the people who send the hate don't care that they're sending hate. I don't think it's normalized. I don't think people accept that like VTubers are hated on, right? I don't think it's like, I don't think the internet not the internet as a whole, but like, content creators as a whole accept the fact that VTubers should be hated on. I don't think that's normalized. It's just the people who send the hate comments don't care, and that's why they're pieces of shit. That's just what it is, right? That's why they're douchebags and they're pieces of shit, because it's not normalized, but they do it anyways.
Jaw is on a level that I've never seen before on the internet, and I've been here for a very long time. 4 years ago, VTubers had a massive explosion in popularity here in the West. Now, obviously, they've been around in Japan for a while, because this is very Japanese coded, but 4 years ago they blew up and people started getting into them. However, there was a lot of pushback from people like me included, who were kind of like, what is this? I don't know what this is, but I like it, but I don't know yet. I don't know, I gotta see. And
see what I mean? It's something new and people don't know what it is yet, and they don't accept it, and that's what it is. That's mostly what it is. I'd say like 4 or 5 years, that's when the VTuber hate will significantly dissipate. That's what I think it'll dissipate, because then people will truly understand VTubing, because it'll be so much more integrated into the culture of the internet.
I'm sure any VTuber who was around in this era could tell you the amount of hatred that was given out towards VTubers. Like, why are you using a voice changer? Are you a man? Are you an AI, perhaps? Pretty uninspired, insulting comments.
And to be fair, as much as it's uninspired, I think we all had a time when like people who play like maybe Warcraft or like Call of Duty, where we all thought we were chatting to some girl, thought we were like being the Riz Master, be like, yo, I'm about to get myself an e-girl. I'm about to get an e-girlfriend. Yeah. You know what I mean? We all thought we were chatting up some girl, and then come to find out it was just some 45-year-old dude. I think most of us had that moment. Anyone? Like, I hope to God it wasn't only me. Bro, I remember I was playing. Bro, this hurt my soul. I remember I was playing the online MMO game. I don't know if anyone remembers it. Guns. I don't know if everybody remembers this. It was called Guns, right? It was basically just a third person shooter where you go around, you have an avatar, you'll go around dungeon diving and all that shit. And I played that shit like all the time. That was like my favorite computer game to play. I remember I was talking to somebody and I thought I like got a girlfriend. I was like so happy. I was like talking to the person, and then my jackass brother comes in and he was like, bro, how do you know it's a girl? I was just like, well, they told me she was a girl. I was like, bro, for all you know, that could be a talking bear. You don't know. I was like, really? You think it's a bear? You think it's a person? I was like, yo, you think that's a bear? He's like, nah, it's probably a dude. And I remember he was like, ask yourself this: do you think any girl will be playing this game? And at the same time, and even more so, would they be talking to you? That's what my brother said to me, and I was like, that broke my heart, bro. That was my first heartbreak. I was like 9. That shit broke my heart.
And during this boom is when a lot of people found ironmouse as well. Now, ironmouse had actually been streaming a long time before this as well, but it wasn't until this moment where a lot of VTubers were on Twitch and kind of getting great viewership. Now, obviously, VTubers choose to be represented by an avatar for a multitude of reasons, but for Mouse, it was for anonymity, which is why most VTubers do it. And now, look, I cannot talk for Mouse. You know, Mouse is their own person, but, you know, Mouse has been sick for a very long time with a multitude of illnesses, but the main one being primary immune deficiency. Primary immune deficiency is slightly different to autoimmune diseases that you might have heard about. Autoimmune diseases are where your immune system kind of attacks itself, whereas primary immune deficiency means that your immune system just doesn't work or doesn't work very well. And I'm sure a lot of my viewers are familiar with this because I'm always raising money for charities that want to find cures and support people with primary immune. I never get it right. Primary immune deficiency.
Primary immune deficiency. There you go.
I mess it up all the time. When you have a really bad case of primary immune deficiency, it means that stuff like vaccines don't work on you. It means that you're worried about getting sick constantly from everything. Whereas maybe you and I could eat a bunch of dirt, maybe going even near dirt or someone who's slightly ill 20 feet away could easily get you sick or give you a bad case of pneumonia. This disease means that Mouse pretty much can't interact with anyone and can't leave her room. And even if she wanted to, Mouse was disabled for a very long time and has slowly started to regain the ability to walk.
This is an ugly truth about the internet. Like, this is just an ugly truth about the internet. I understand Connor's defending his friend, and he has every right, and he should defend his friend. But the ugly truth about the internet is, it doesn't matter what your illness is, they don't care. And that's the ugly truth about the internet. All that matters to them is your content. Your content is who you are to these people. I don't want to say these people. Like, your content is who you are to the people who watch you. That's just what it is, right? Now, obviously, Mouse's close friends, Connor, her friends, obviously they care about her her illness. Mouse's like closer community, right? Like the people who watch her Twitch chat, the people who interact with her, who sub with her, who sub her or sub to her Twitch, blah. You know, the people in her closer community, like her Twitch chat, all that, they care about her and her well-being, right? But the rest of the internet doesn't. And that's just the ugly truth about it. The rest of the internet does not care about her condition. What matters is the content that they're consuming from her, right? That's the ugly truth of the internet. And I'm not saying that people shouldn't care, but I'm just saying that's just what it is, right? I think people should have some sort of empathy and sympathy to someone who is, you know, dealing with something like that. And I think it's very commendable, and she's insanely strong fucking mentally to, you know, be able to, you know, combat this and still live the life that she still try to live the life that she is trying to live. I think that's very, very, very fucking strong, very, very fucking commendable and inspiring. Don't get me wrong, but the ugly truth is most of the internet does not care. And that's just how it is, and that's the biggest reason why people can, and that's the biggest reason why people can justify to themselves why they're an asshole, because they don't know her, right? And that's kind of the mindset when it comes to a lot of these people.
Thanks to being able to finally support premium healthcare. Yay, love America. So this meant the only human contact the mouse got was pretty much talking to her parents or very close family who she was kind of already adjusted to, and family who understood about the disease and took precautions. And look, I know this is a lot of information, but what I'm trying to get at is that you can only imagine how crushingly lonely this must be. Imagine not being able to leave your room. Yes, we were all there during COVID, but
the people, everyone can imagine that. Even the people who are sending the hate comments can imagine that. They just don't care. That's the thing. I think that's a crucial thing that people need to understand. They can imagine, they can easily imagine how hard Iron Mouse's situation is. They just don't give a fuck, and that's the problem. They don't care. Because either they themselves are like unfulfilled in their own life, and then they see somebody who has it much worse than they do, but they're still making, well, number one, still making tons more money than they are, and still living a much more fulfilling life than they are, despite the fact that Mouse is, you know, kind of got the worst hand in the genetic pool when it comes to situations like this, you know. But she's still living a more fulfilling life than the people who are like physically healthy and like well functioning, and they look at someone like Iron Mouse and they say they see that she's living a better life than they are, despite the fact that she's dealing with all this. And then they look at that, they hate it, and then they hate their life, and then they do that. They comment and they comment and they just say all this hateful shit because they can't handle someone who's clearly struggling with a lot more than they are, be better at life than they are.
We at least knew that it was probably going to end at some point. And I'm sure many of you knew, me included, that this was awful for our mental health. Not being able to see the people that you care about.
I think a lot of gamers would
have a casual interaction with a cashier.
Being able to stay inside all day and play video games, I think a lot of people would disagree.
Thanks to VTuber technology getting so much better.
I think the lockdown was like a lot of people's streams.
Like me or like you or like any other big streamer. It was a level playing field. And on top of that, if you were a more artistically inclined person, you could show off your artistic skills by, you know, I don't know, costume design or singing or lore or voice acting. There's so many more facets to it than me raging at Jump King. It's talent, okay? And one of the best clips of Mouse's early career is that when she's trying to raise money to get a new medical bed. Basically, normal beds, not good. They don't offer you support. They don't allow you to, like, you know, go, like, lie upright. Basically, a lot more support. She asked her viewers if they'd be willing to donate towards that, and within minutes, they'd smash that goal.
I don't like to call my bed my bed. I don't like calling it my bed. It makes me feel very embarrassed. It makes me feel not so good. So I like to call my bed my workspace.
1K already. That's more than that.
Fox, thank you so much for the penalty. God damn it!
Bro, who could watch this and hate it?
And I think a lot of people forget that Mouse.
Bro, who could watch that and hate that? I feel like people who watch that and hate that just hate being alive. Like, you should kill your. No, I'm kidding. I should say that. But no, I feel like people who watch that they just hate life, right? They just hate. I feel like people who hate that hate dogs. You know what I mean? They just hate happiness. You know, like, how could you not smile at something like that? Like, come on.
Didn't used to stream long. Mouse used to only stream for like an hour or two at a time and then would go offline to take medication, but now feels comfortable enough to take the medication and still keep streaming, which I think is an amazing thing and something that the outpouring support has allowed her to do. And obviously VTubers do more than just talk and play crappy games like me. Some of them have god tier singing skills. We all know that Mouse was training to be an opera singer and sounds incredible.
She sings opera? I didn't know this. Well, I mean, I don't watch her, but bro, that is such a massive change from like her normal high-pitched ass voice. God damn.
Combine that with aesthetically pleasing designs that are constantly changing, and it's no wonder that VTubers
Holy
eventually
shit,
had their
goddamn.
boom. Now, obviously, Twitch and YouTube have always been very gamer-centric and gamer-focused, and gamers aren't exactly known for being the most chill and reasonable people. Look, I was a Call of Duty kid. If I said the things that I said in those lobbies and they were recorded, I would not be here today. I would not have a career or any career. I was toxic, okay? Now,
MW2. We all remember those days.
10 plus years online. It's been my entire adult life. I've been doing this for so long that I'm a fossil in internet years. And even before that, I would pretty much only spend my time on the internet. And it was normal that as a creator that you would get some kind of hatred towards you, or some people who would just blindly write mean comments. It was part of the job. Doesn't mean it's a good part or that we should accept it, but it's just kind of how it was. And because every creator would...
Yeah, that's something you have to expect. When you're someone of that stature, when you're in that kind of niche or that kind of job, it's to be expected. I feel like people who don't have the mental fortitude to handle like hate comments, you should not be an influencer. Because I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. To me, I've gotten a few hate comments. I'm not big by any stretch, right? I'm not big by any stretch. But even though I am not that big, I've gotten hate comments. Bro, I remember I was talking about I made the Mr. Beast video where I picked apart Dogpack and I questioned a lot of the shit that he said, and it turns out, yeah, Dogpack was a fucking idiot and lied about a lot of shit. Surprising. But yeah, I criticized, and then I got some hate comments, and like even before when I like criticized Genshin, I got hate comments there as well. But like, you know, you just gotta just laughed at them. You know what I mean? It like here's the thing. If hate comments are like if you work a retail job and then you have a customer that comes in and yells at you because the price went up by like 5 cents. It's just, you just got to learn how to deal with that. It just comes with the territory. It's not right. It shouldn't happen, but you got to deal with it. That's just how it is. And if you can't handle that, then you can't do that job.
Would get a bunch of hate comments here and there. There was a kind of a mutual respect amongst creators that you wouldn't just blindly insult each other for no reason. You wouldn't insult someone you didn't know or you didn't have beef with. It was a thing that you could expect because that's how normal people behave. However, nowadays, it kind of feels like that's not the case anymore. It feels like it's kind of encouraged or okay to punch down and make fun of other creators that you don't like or you think that something's weird about them. And this has happened a lot with VTubers. For example,
because once again, rage bait is the best engagement. It is. I said this at the beginning of the video. People talk shit, cause drama, cause a bunch of shit because you are more likely to comment and share something, or maybe not share, but you are more likely to watch something in its entirety and comment on it if it's something that you severely disagree with. That's the truth. Even if it's like if I were to watch an ironmouse clip, right? If I were to watch an ironmouse clip and she's, you know, doing her thing and I'm enjoying it, she's being nice and cool, and then I watch like fucking Hassan, right? And he says something that I completely disagree with. I'm more likely to comment under Hassan and be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? You're an idiot." More so than I would be to comment under Ironmouse and say, "Hey, you're doing a great job. Love you." You know what I mean? Or love what you do. You know what I mean? It's more likely to do that than that. That's just how human psychology is.
Example, in 2022, a massive TikTok creator, Noah Glenn Carter, made a video mocking the fact that people wanted to meet Mouse virtually. Here you go.
This might be the saddest video on the internet. So I want you to take a look at all these people. They were all trying to get the attention of a monitor. Basically, that's...
Bro, why does he look like he should be bro, this dude looks like he should be a character in American Pie. Am I crazy? he looks like he would be a character in the American Pie movies.
It's a popular VTuber on the monitor that was virtually attending an anime convention. And this whole crowd of people were following the monitor in hopes that they could get a picture with it.
Now, obviously, you and I know that Mouse can't leave her room, and this is the only way that Mouse can walk around a convention or see any of her viewers, or any of those viewers can talk to Mouse. It's a rare experience for everyone involved, and an amazing feat of technology that we can even do anything like this. And to his credit, he did apologize.
This is an apology to a creator called ironmouse because of this video. Now, in my video on this, I called the video one of the saddest videos on the internet, which is completely unnecessary on my part. And ironmouse actually responded, clarifying that the people weren't even crowding her, but instead they were crowding somebody named Connor that was there. I'm really sorry to you, Iron Mouse, if you're watching. My video was completely unnecessary. I really hope that my video didn't cause you any kind of negativity or anything. And again, I am so sorry if it did.
Fair enough. He did apologize. And if he actually did take the video down, then yeah, that's even better. I think, you know, I think what happened was he wanted, like, you know, like other people, he didn't understand why people would want to meet Iron Mouse. And he was like, why the fuck would people want to meet this fucking computer monitor? And, you know, it's like, you know, it could be the same thing. It's like people, you know, people ask the question, why would you play 2K when you can go outside and play basketball yourself? Well, it makes no sense. You know what I mean? It's the same mindset. So I think probably after he sent that video, he probably got a wave of backlash from people who like Iron Mouse and people who like VTubing, and he got educated somehow, probably through those comments, and that's when he realized, oh shit, this is a massive thing. I should probably take it down. And then he took it down and well, I don't know if he took it down. I think he took it down, but he apologized nonetheless.
I will be deleting that video as soon as I post this.
There you go.
First of all, ouch. Second of all, you didn't think there was going to be any negativity? What do you mean by that? And now look, to
it's also
his
stupid.
credit, he did apologize and take down the video. And I, you know, I think that needs to be commended, as a lot of people don't have the common decency to do that anymore. But would you not have taken it down if nobody complained? If everyone joined in? Haha, let's.
Well, then no, because then he'd be right. If nobody complains, he took it down because he realized he was wrong. That's why he apologized. If nobody complained and was supporting him, then he'd be right. So why would he take it down? No, that's the crux of the issue. Because if he got massive support and like the thing that he said, then he would be validated and he would be right. The reason why he took it down is because he was wrong. And I don't think, you know, that should be questioned. Like, oh, like, well, even like, if people supported you and if people supported you and like agreed with what you're saying, you would just lead it up. Yeah. Because then he'd be right. It's the same thing. It's like same thing. It's like if Connor posted a video and his community absolutely fucking hated that video, it got massive dislikes. The comments for all this video is shit. You need to take this down. He'd probably take down the video as well. He would probably take it down. Why? Because people didn't like it. But if people were in massive support of the video that he posted, he would leave it up. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's just the reason why I'm saying this is just because I don't like the idea of people doing something and then like out of ignorance, people doing something because of ignorance, not through malice, but because of ignorance. Well, maybe of malice, but he apologized, so I can assume it wasn't out of malice. It was mostly just because he didn't understand. So I don't like the idea of people making a mistake or doing something because of ignorance, and then they realize that what they did was wrong, and then they apologize for it, and then you just sit there and be like, well, if you didn't know, would you have left it? Like, obviously, yeah, obviously, because then he would be validated. So then that's just my thing.
To make fun of it, would you not have taken it down? Or did you take it down just because people were like, hey man, you're kind of a dick? The reason why I show you this is not because I want to send any hatred. This is 2 years ago. It does not matter. It's over. Do not send hatred towards another creator. And if you do, you are a piece of shit and you should not be here. But why is it now that you can just
I'm going to find his TikTok and tell him to kill himself.
dunk on something that you don't know anything about, you don't understand, and you didn't bother to research into? Why is that the norm now? Why is it that you just post first and research second? Oh, I got some hate about this. I'll take it down. Don't worry about the other 500 videos where I blindly made fun of people I don't understand. The sad truth now is that it seems like it's okay if you're a large creator to be a dick to anybody you want or don't like or don't agree with. You know, having a large audience is a huge responsibility. Whether we like it or not, we are influencers. We influence people with our opinions and what we say. I'm sure some people watching this video right now will be influenced by my opinion on all of this stuff. That's how it goes. But for some reason, it's okay now to blindly hate others and send rabid fans to go and attack people and stuff they don't understand. Why?
I understand this point, and I actually do agree with it to an extent, but if you've seen any of my videos talking about like other creators, probably TechZone, I'm very much a person of you should not hold the creator responsible for the actions of the community. Like obviously if like the creator is like, hey, I don't like this person, go send death threats and tell them to off themselves. Like obviously then the creator should be denounced to be like, what the fuck's wrong with you? You shouldn't do that. obviously they should be like admonished for that. But the idea of, because you have a large audience, you are now responsible for them, I don't fully agree with that, because they're gonna do whatever they want anyways, right? They're gonna do whatever they want anyways. It doesn't really, like, obviously you can say, hey, don't send hate, don't do it, but if that's not gonna stop them from sending hate, right? Like, look at Mr. Beast, right? Even Mr. Beast could be proven innocent of all the shit that's been said to him. It will not matter. People will still hate him and send him hate comments. And that's just how people are, right? You are not, like, obviously to an extent. I'm not saying that like, if a creator is like, hey, I'm putting a hit out on somebody, go take care of this person. No, obviously they should be condemned and admonished for something like that. But if they're clearly not, like, you know, sending hate, or like if they're not like telling their community to go attack somebody, you shouldn't hold the creator responsible for the actions of the community, right? That's just I truly stand by that, because if we get to a point where, like, they're responsible for their community, if their community does something bad, like if somebody who watches Connor goes and, like, commits a crime, should Connor be looked at and be like, oh, this guy watches Connor, so Connor must be a piece of shit? It's like, no. It's like it's not like it's just a way of thinking that, like, I feel it can be dangerous, so I don't want to normalize it.
It's hard enough just existing right now. It is horrible living in this year. It is a miserable time to be alive. Why are we making it harder for everyone? And if you're a VTuber, it is kind of just accepted now that you just get this level of blind hatred all the time. It's insane. Why is this okay? Anyway, moving on with the timeline. Since then, Mouse, and I assume most VTubers, have had to deal with insult after insult that is normalized. For Mouse personally, this level of hatred and vitriol escalated another level when Mouse was nominated for the Game Awards. Now, the Game Awards.
Oh yeah, I think I remember this. I remember this. I didn't watch 2023 Game Awards.
Obviously, this year had a massive amount of.
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie. Who the fuck are these people? I'm not even gonna lie. ironmouse is the only person I knew. I was like, who the fuck is Freed? Who the fuck is actually, no, I think I've heard of Quack City. But, like, who the fuck is people making? I was like, I don't even watch ironmouse, and I knew who she was. So I was like, who the fuck are these people?
Content creator of the year. Obviously, this year had a massive amount of very, very big creators that I'm sure we're all familiar with. But to the surprise of Mouse, and to most of us, Mouse got nominated. And this isn't saying that Mouse didn't deserve it. Mouse had an amazing year. Mouse had raised a ton of money for charity, had broken the all-time sub record for a woman on Twitch, and had done just some of the most amazing shit when you consider that Mouse is bedridden and has to have medication every single day that completely changes how any of this would be done, and providing such an insane energy to every stream whilst battling a ton of medical issues that are permanent throughout Mouse's life. I think the nomination is deserved, and by some sheer miracle, Mouse had won the award. It was a crazy achievement.
Let's not be humble. I think it wasn't a sheer miracle. I think ironmouse was by far the biggest creator of 2023, at least of the ones who was nominated. It wasn't a miracle. We all knew she was going to win.
And nobody expected Mouse to win, to be honest, because Mouse was by far the smallest creator out of the ones that were nominated.
Really? Bro, who the fuck are these people? God damn. Oh God, really? I didn't know that.
Game Award goes to ironmouse. So, ironmouse couldn't be here tonight because ironmouse is animated, and sadly, we're not in the Matrix yet.
Obviously, these creators were massive, and a lot of their fans that are watching the Game Awards were a bit upset about Mouse winning the award.
My content creator didn't win. Me, Angie.
And I cannot preface this enough, a constant stream of hatred now that Mouse has had to deal with openly on all of her socials for years now. This is the level of hatred that is normally, like, I just gotta show you. I gotta show you. It's like ridiculous. This is 2022. Back when Mouse's comments were pretty normal, I'd say. As you can see here, this is beating Kai. Okay, a little negative and unnecessary, but not that bad. This over Kai. Bro, who are you? You know, and luckily at this point, not all the comments are like this, but they're by far the most liked ones. And it only gets worse the closer we get to today. We all came from that Kai video, right? This is #1 streamer.
But and yeah, I don't get me wrong, the comments are horrible, but look at all the replies. I'm pretty sure most of these replies are the people being like, "Yo, Darren, you're a fucking idiot." Most of these replies are like, I bet most of these replies are like, "Yo, Darren, shut the fuck up, guys." At least Iron Mouse making more money than you. Shut the fuck up, Darren.
No way, blood. This is #1 streamer. This is who gets #1 on Twitch. It's an evil world we live in. And you'd think, okay, maybe something happened at the time. This has been pretty much constant until.
I'm sorry, that's kind of funny. Bro, an anime girls playing video games. It's an evil world we live in, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I love it. I love Instagram comments. They're so stupid.
Till now. Speed and Kai on top. How is the streamer of the year? How is the streamer of the year? This won the award, by the way. Oh, hell nah. This is who won. No cap, who's Iron Mouse. Brain rot. This beats Cypher PK. Game Awards are wild. Why did you win? No way this won Creator of the Year. I'm crying. This literally goes on and on. And you'd think, okay, look, it's because Mouse won the streamer of the year. It probably stops after that. Oh no. So many people are like, post this on Instagram Reels. Post this on Reels. Oh yeah, great. Because love that. Love being toxic on Instagram. Bro, who are you? I'm begging you, please post this on Instagram. Why do people just want to be so cool? What the fuck?
What the fuck is up with this post on IG? What the fuck?
This thing has the most subs on Twitch. How did you beat Kai? No human being on the planet wearing this. Okay, well, I wear it and it's fucking fire.
Bro, I won't lie. It's a sick ass sweater. I'm not even gonna lie. It's a fire sweater. I'd wear that shit.
Well, I wear it and it's fucking fire. Okay, jeez. On my life, I've never in my entire life seen a single stream. Why do you care?
See what I mean? See what I mean? This is people like, oh, I've never seen a single stream. So then why the fuck are you what? Why the fuck why exactly? Why do you care so much? Like, bro, I've never seen a stream of, well, I've never seen a full stream of Iron Mouse. I've seen clips here and there. I've seen like videos of her and Connor playing together, but I've never like actively watched a stream. And that's like nothing to her. I just don't watch Twitch streams in general. I said this before, I don't have the attention span to sit and watch somebody for 3 hours. I don't have the attention span for that. So I just don't use Twitch, period. But nah, from what I've seen, she's pretty fucking entertaining. I will lie.
Why? Like, if I just haven't seen something, I just don't interact. I don't understand what has happened where we all feel the need to say our opinion and be Connor, like, yeah, guys, we hate this, right?
Connor, you know what your issue is? You're trying to use logic with retards. That's the issue. The reason why I can laugh at all this is because I know that they're stupid and I'm not going to question their stupidity. I'm just going to let them be stupid and I'm going to enjoy it and I'm just going to be my entertainment. That's just what it is. You can't argue with somebody who's stupid because they don't listen to logic. They don't listen to reason. You can't do it. So I just don't. I just look at them and laugh at their stupidity. That's all it is.
Who cares?
This is why.
Loser. This has gone on. For
this is why I love Instagram comments so much because it's
just not posting on TikTok, which I feel is really fucked up. You can just successfully bully a massive creator off a platform. The reason why this all happened, by the way, is just because Mouse won an award. What? And this is just the stuff that Mouse gets on her own socials. This doesn't include the hatred that she receives from just existing in those posts from those low-tier bait Twitter accounts that post, can you believe this cartoon is beating Mars streamer, guys? And it only escalated once more when Iron Mouse got the all-time sub record on Twitch, which led to
now this I personally saw. This I personally saw. It was bad. I won't lie, it was bad. I saw this and I think I saw more hate comments than congratulations when I saw all the Twitch comments. I was like, bruh, why do people not like Iron Mouse? I remember vividly. I was like looking at it. It was just mostly people were like, yo, who's this dumb bitch? Who the fuck is this? I was like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Why do people not like her? I was like, did she kill somebody? Like, what's going on?
And people
just don't like her because she's a VTuber and it's stupid. Don't get me wrong, it's retarded.
Talking about it, and unfortunately, a lot of people were just being blindly hateful. And of course, this level of hatred doesn't just stay on the platforms you'd expect it to. It's also in Mouse's chat. Here is a 85-page document of just some recent bans of people saying the most heinous
85 pages? God
now
damn.
You're telling me this bitch-ass VTuber surpassed Kai Cenat. God, you know these people are so ugly. Just sad how Sims donate to this crap. This is the bitch that broke Kai's record. I refuse to believe any of you are real human beings unless you have less than 60 IQ. No one in this chat is real. I've been watching this shit for 10 minutes and I want to kill myself. How do people watch this shit, you weirdos? You'll never get on Kai's level. You guys know this is a fat guy, right?
I like to point something out real quick. Notice how all these profile pictures are all just people who will not show their face. Like, notice how all these like profile are just faceless retards. I just wanted to point that out. Yeah, I think it's Aspen that says this. If they have an anime profile picture, they're probably 400 pounds.
Guy, right? Amongst obviously all those insults, a lot of people saying that Mouse is lying about her illness, which, I mean, I don't have to tell you why that's wrong. Like, look at this. This is psychotic. This is f***ed up. How is this okay? And by the way, this is the list, obviously. That
it's not okay. That's why they're banned.
Well, that would be another.
It's not okay. That's why they're banned. I think, like, the problem is that he's looking at it as if, like, people are accepting. No, nobody's accepting this. They're banned. So clearly it's not okay. They just don't care, and that's why they're doing it. That's the issue. They don't care. They don't care that they're saying something horrendous. They don't care that they're being a piece of shit. They're just doing it for entertainment. They're doing it to get a reaction. They're doing it because shitting on somebody is the only way that they can feel better about themselves. It's the only thing that it's the highlight of their day. When they come back from the job that they hate, that doesn't pay all their bills, and they can't sit down and play video games to make money, they see this person and they're like, I fucking hate this person. Shitting on them is gonna make me feel better. And that's just what it is.
20 pages. Because of course it would be. Like if this was my chat, I just would not stream. I would just not show up. This is
nah, fuck it. Fuck that. You gotta do what Tectone does. You gotta find one person who's a retard, pull them up and question their intelligence and make a video out of it. That shit's funny. That's just funny. You should do that shit.
100%. I want to make this clear. I'm not blaming any creator. Obviously, we saw a lot of people name dropping Kai, saying how could this lose to Kai and all that stuff. This is not me blaming Kai in any capacity. I think his audience is at the size that is absolutely absurd, and at that level you can try and tell your viewers, hey man, look, be respectful, which Kai has on numerous times. He's openly praised ironmouse and been very supportive towards small creators.
ironmouse has always been top 5 all time. She's somebody I had to pass during my first subathon. Now I know people are defensive. I know a lot of people defend me and shit like that, but Chad, if you actually looked at her stream and actually kept up with what she's doing, you feel what I'm saying? Not only was it for a good cause, but it was pretty well put together. But
obviously, you know, as a creator, you do still have some influence over your viewers. And I think it's important to make sure that when you see this behavior in the community that you call it out. And I'm not entirely sure when this happened online, but it feels like it's okay to just blindly make fun or hate something you don't understand or have not learned anything about. But I guess that is more of a reflection of the current times we live in, because everyone seems to do that all the time. As a creator, I would be embarrassed if I saw my viewers blindly hating on someone else using my name. I would be mortified if I saw that. And the one good thing about all you guys is that I know that you don't do that. And I appreciate that, because you're all cool and you're all normally well-adjusted people, I hope. And look, I'll admit, I don't have a point of this video. I don't have a plan. I was just going crazy looking at all of this open hatred and losing my mind, wondering why this is normal. That was literally it. And that's the reason why I'm making this video.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
I kind of wanted to ask if anyone else.
I mean, fair enough. He wants to defend his friend. I think that's valid. I think that's fair. But actually, no. Let him finish the video first.
So, any other VTubers or any other even YouTubers, if you've experienced this same kind of level of blind hatred yourself, I would love to hear about it. Just so that I know that I'm not going crazy. I hope we can have a civilized and good discussion in the comments. And so, with that, I wish you all the best of luck. Don't let these urinal cake eating children distract you from what you want to do in life. Now I'm going to go drink a beer. Bye.
All right. I mean, great video. A great video. I think he had some fair points. Obviously, I had my opinions as well. I think ultimately, obviously, we agree on the same thing. Hating on VTubers is stupid. It's retarded. You shouldn't do it. But I know people might misinterpret what I'm saying as like I'm validating. I'm not validating anything. I'm just explaining why it's happening. I'm giving my opinion and thought process as to why it's happening. I'm not saying it should happen, but that was just me trying to explain why it does. And sorry, just bro, I keep having a sneeze. That's like, it's coming. It's like it's coming, and then it doesn't. I don't have the release. It just goes away. And it's like, where the fuck did you go? But no, sorry. But I think mostly from my point of view was like what I was trying to do was like trying to get into the thought process in the minds of people who do this shit, right? Like I remember there was at one point I think it was like the post where some guy was like, oh, I don't attack VTubers, but this is a post attacking VTubers. That post, he was talking about the parasocial relationships of like YouTubers taking advantage of parasocial relationships, and like, you know, that is a thing, right? It kind of is. I'm not saying all. I'm not saying all. I'm not saying all. I'm not saying. I'm not even saying most, but some do, and that's just a tribute to like the fact that when you have the people who are most willing to give you the most money are simps, right? The people who believe that they're genuinely your friend are more likely to give it to you, despite the fact that you've never met this person, you probably don't even talk to them. But when you have that parasocial relationship, they're the ones that are probably going to give you the most engagement, the most money, the most conversion, right? They're the ones that are mostly going to do that. And this is why a lot of people take advantage of it. You know, not even just VTubers, female streamers as well do this shit. You know, where you know, female streamers won't just like, a lot of female streamers will pretend that they're not in a relationship when they're in one. You know what I mean? It's like they don't have to say who their boyfriend is, but they'll pretend that they don't have one, so that the people so that the men will envision in their head that they have a chance with this girl, and then they'll be like, oh, here, babe, here's $5,000, babe. You know what it is? It is a thing. It is a thing. And that is like something that, you know, a lot of people look to as a point of contention as like why as to how this like hatred happens, right? You know what I mean? It's just things like that where like I'll kind of point it out to just give a perspective and like give a better understanding. Obviously it's bad. I'm not saying it should happen at all, but I just like to probe at the mind and try to think about why it is. You know what I mean? I think about why that's the case. I think understanding why that's the case makes it easier to deal with. You know what I mean? I think understanding why people act the way they do makes it easier to accept the things that they do. That's my thought process on it. So, or not even just accept it, accept and protect yourself and combat it. You know what I mean? So that's just my thought process on it. But it was a great video. It was a great video. I actually love Connor. I watch Trash Taste all the time. Well, not actually don't. I watch Trash Taste every now and again, but I do watch a lot of Connor's videos. Actually, I'm actually subscribed to him. I think I am. No, I'm subscribed to CDog V8. That's what I'm subscribed to. But nah, great video. I actually love that shit.